Hey friends, you're tuning in to Stacking Pennies. Corey LaJoie here alongside Ryan Flores. As always, massive show on tap. We have Chase Briscoe talking to us about his Talladega win, and Frankie Muniz joining us right here in the Noncents garage. All that and more. Let's stack some pennies.
Stacking them deep, selling them cheap.
It tastes like gasoline, rubber, and victory.
We're just out here stacking pennies.
All right, we're in it. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. A little bit of a late start. Here we are Tuesday afternoon, but we adjusted the schedule this week to get Mr. Frankie Muniz on the show. I'm excited for you guys to hear that. We had an awesome conversation because he doesn't spend a lot of time in Concord, enough time for us to get him on the podcast, but he got him in today. So I'm excited for you to hear that.
More or less just trying to figure out why the hell he wants to do this stuff.
Yeah, like what are you doing, buddy? You're a glutton for punishment.
Hey, man, he loves it.
But breaking down a Dega.
Some NASCAR news from the week leading up. Jim Pullman took the job that
I would say that's
everybody wanted and nobody wanted all at the same time.
Everybody say they want it until they get there, and then they got to be on the back end of filming a TikTok video.
Oh man, you went there.
I didn't understand. I didn't know that Jim Pullman had worked at RCR when they were developing the next gen car. In 2022.
He was at Ganassi for a long time too, I think. He's been around in the garage.
I love his demeanor.
I've never been around him. I didn't really know who he was, but it's crazy. You work around so many different people, but unless you work with them directly, you just don't know them. He's done a great job with the 7.
He has done a
Xfinity
fantastic
Series
job.
champ.
Maybe he is the guy that can put a little pep in the step of Kyle Busch, get him back up there winning races.
Did you see the tweet from Joe White? Got the Talladega, got fired, the spotter of the 10 car?
So I did. That's racing, man. On one Sirius XM interview, you said it's not on anybody from the 10. They got running it back up. It's gonna get a ticket. Then next thing you know, you get the call that you're fired. That's just how it works. I like Joe White. Now, I think the optics of his tweet. I guess he drives somebody's bus. Whose bus does he drive?
I don't know whose bus he drives.
So he was going from Vegas
it's
to
a team, maybe a team owner or a sponsor.
Yeah. So he was driving a bus from Vegas to Talladega anyways, where it made it look like, if you didn't know the details, that he drove down there.
And they fired him.
And they fired him when he got there. Like, hey, sorry, pack yourself to go home.
Yeah.
Obviously, some changes had to be made after that incident. That was not good for anybody involved. Hate to see it.
Another 10-car woe this week. We'll get to that in boats and woes. I went to Wilkesboro.
I'm going to have Ty's back a little bit on that, but we'll debate that.
Yeah, well, he's wrong, so you can have
That's
all
fine.
the backs you want. We can go through
I'll
that.
play. I'll see. I'll present my case here for Tyrone in a minute.
I'd love to hear that. Went to Wilkesboro, practiced modified for Factory 39. Caden Lapsevich, he's a truck chief.
On a 19 truck, right?
Fun to go around that place. I was drinking out of a fire hose a little bit. I've never been anywhere that big. But I got pretty good on, man, my bummer is I'm good on 25 lap tires, but I just have no speed to fire off with. Just because I didn't have any laps and haven't really done it. But yeah,
as much grip as modified makes at Wilkesboro, it's just like Velcro tires.
It is. And you gotta I can really give it this much throttle.
And then you still probably didn't give it enough.
Yeah, you're like, whoa.
That's cool. You got to do that.
You went truck racing. I didn't get to watch any of it because I was there. I saw you about one thing.
Close as you could have got, I reckon. I was a good teammate to Raja all day. Obviously, the goal was to try to get that 71 in the championship 4, push him to the lead. He won stage 1. Pushed him up there. I think did he win both stages?
No, he finished up front. He got max stage points on the day. Hell, he's almost 20.
Yeah,
almost
so he had a great day. Roles were reversed. The outside lane kept getting shuffled up, but I knew I wanted to be leading the line when it came down to it, and we kept trying to drag the top because people wanted to go get the third lane going, so the middle couldn't really get going. So we get it all organized, and we drug it all the way to the front, side by side with the 17 coming off 4, and I don't know if the 15 had a bad push to Raja. He was pushing me. We got all jumbled up, lost my help into the tri-oval, went from 2nd to 8th, and that was unfortunate. But we were close.
It broke my heart a little bit. As a friend, you're on pit road, and was it Dustin Albino?
Dustin Albino,
he was like, did you feel like it was your shot? And you said, Dustin, I thought it was my shot the last 9 years. And I was like, ooh, that one hurt.
Yeah, I think his question was, do you do anything different in that position? I've been in that position numerous times. It just
I said, did you think today was your day?
Yeah.
I thought it was my day for the past 9 years.
I woke up every day. Now, when, last year when there's just water coming on the ship that was the 7 car, when you lose the hope and the faith that day is your day, when you wake up on Sunday, like, I don't like going to work, that's when changes need to be made. And changes were made, obviously, in the 7 car this week as well with Justin Haley. We talked about that last week. There's an announcement this week on who's going in that car. There was some stuff on Reddit from last week when I leaked that information. So whether that was true or not remains to be seen. We'll find out tomorrow.
Did the 7 car wreck big this weekend?
Oh my God, did he wreck big? They're still picking the right front out of the grandstands.
In that big one?
Oh, the first one.
Here it is, the big one with Gregson.
I don't know where Eric Jones is going.
To the front, buddy.
Why are people pushing into 3 8 laps into the race?
Going to the front. He should know better. He's won these races. Oof, Ricky. Oh, I saw the 7 at the end.
Watch this thing. He didn't even touch anybody. He tank slaps. It gets loose, and then it sits on the left rear.
Oh. I think it's hit again.
Wiped out several good cars here.
The 3 car down there is like getting chased.
His in-car camera was good because he's like, I got to miss. Pow, pow.
Who, the 3?
Dude, that
The 3 said that?
I don't know if we have his in-car camera or not, but here's the 9.
Heartbreak hotel.
Race-ending damage for the 9 car after this. Couple pow, 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 smash, smash. You know what happened to Chase this weekend? He shaved his mustache off.
Oh, did he?
That was his number one mistake. He was doomed from the time he left home. Why you should shave your mustache off, Chase? It's literally...
Especially going to Dega.
Yeah.
It's going good. It's going good. It's going bad.
It goes from really good to really bad like that. Will it start? Oh, we got the in-car camera to the 7 here. Oh, my God. Buckle up.
Thing? Ooh. Yeah. That one hurts, huh?
Yeah, dude.
There was AJ. They were like, all right, just keep it coming. He's like, oh, I'm done. He came on the radio.
Knocked the air out of him. And what did something happen in the truck race?
Oh, there it is.
Did Norm Benning catch on fire? I kept reading a lot of articles there.
He did catch on fire, but they said he burnt his lungs or something.
Smoke inhalation. Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate Norm Benning's commitment to the sport. The man's 73 years old. Dude,
let him keep going.
Do something
dude.
else.
Don't let him keep going, dude. Guy's a stud.
Hey, if I'm picking between, it's like the one she tells you not to worry about is the one on the left, and then you got, you versus the man she tells you not to worry about.
This is Chase Elliott without his mustache and his sunglasses. That makes it more dramatic.
No, that's what it is. I'm riding with that Clyde. That's Chase on the right. That's Clyde on the left. Damn mean son.
88 car spun getting to pit road. That's always a big hot topic.
We talk about that here later.
There's water right there.
His left rear just hits it and watch this thing just.
Oh, dude, this was crazy because everybody just kept kind of coming as he's spinning.
It's so wild that I thought this was gonna be like a bowling strike. He could have wiped out all the playoff cars in one whack here.
This is crazy. The fact that he just barely breathes on the 24 and then just goes through everybody off into the grass.
There really isn't anything more anxiety-ridden than green flag pit stops at a speedway. There's nothing in racing.
I want to hear what it sounds like. Bro.
Mm-hmm. You just lose that attachment with the tire and you don't get it back. And then I don't think that it's coincidence that he slid into the grass right where Ronald took a dump earlier in the day for his track walk.
Did he?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, boy.
I don't know. I wonder if he picked up any droppings.
That's pretty
It is. Hate that for him.
Hello. Well, the 17 is he leading as well when he wrecked? Yeah.
Yeah.
This was late in the race?
2 to go.
Yeah. Oh, his hands come off the wheel. Those Chevy noses seem like they are the worst ones to be.
So I'll give it to the 77. He drug when he got to the 24. The 17 is just kind of a sitting duck. Now, I'm sure if he watches it today, he probably is living to fight another day and letting the top surge and lead the middle line and then figure it out from there. Besides ending up stuffed in the fence.
77 is aggressive as hell, huh?
Gotta be.
Like, no, but he's like the most aggressive, everybody says.
Pushing?
Yeah, well, just everything I hear is just like 77's doing this, 77's doing that, 77's in a bad lane. He's putting people in bad spots. Like, that's all I heard the whole race.
Well, just like, the kid on the playground that's stealing everybody's, football. Now everybody's watching them.
Overtime finish here.
So everybody's really leaning on fuel here.
Well, I didn't think we weren't.
The 5 run out in the backstretch, reshuffled it.
There was only a couple that this is coming to the
checkered. Yep.
Okay.
So,
I wonder if the 24 ran out of gas.
I think the 77 just swiped them. Well, you're in between right there. He gets his right sides up on the there's a crease in the banking.
24 points in a quarter mile. Holy mackerel. Wow.
So, like, when they painted the apron in Talladega, I think they meant to paint it one groove higher in the tri-oval. You can kind of see where – oh, this is the backstretch. But his right side tires got up on that little bit of a crease, and it simultaneously with a bad push and spin around. That's a big move right there out of Chase.
Ooh. Ty went with him. Ty said, I've been getting my ass chewed about not helping the company. Here I come.
Yeah, here I am. Check the box, coach.
Yeah, and the 6 and the other lanes just didn't.
Man, coming to the checkered. Talladega is just stressful.
I want to hear what this sounds like.
Can't really hear it. I'm surprised that didn't cause a massive pile up there.
Dude.
Heads up thinking. Now, if that thing's in the middle lane and he doesn't have the bottom to go to, then he is absolutely junked. Him and about 15 other people.
Yeah, that's bad for everybody.
So heads up move by Kyle Larson, saving the massive one coming to the checkered.
Big setback for the Penske cars this past weekend.
I
think they were frustrated with the 6. It sounded like not pushing, but I didn't understand. They just talking about like, we didn't get help where we thought we would. And then lining up, we picked the bottom. The bottom's not it. If you're like the third car on the bottom, you're just stuck.
Yeah, you can't.
You're just riding around.
Well,
everybody else.
Young Zane did get pushed to the lead with like 3 or 4 to go. I'm like, dang.
He got pushed to the lead, then he got like a half-track lead. I'm like, where are we going?
To the front.
Drag him back. Where are we going, boys?
Yeah, I think the 17 was the one that pushed him up there.
The one.
Was the one?
Ross.
Yeah, dude, those runs and those moves the last couple of laps were really fun to watch. It's like playing chess freaking fast forward. And why don't we just go ahead and talk to the guy that played chess the best this week?
We got a picture here?
That was the Chase Elliott. So you guys brought it up, and it was good. Chase Stashless, man. You just cannot.
Versus the guy she tells you not to worry about.
Yep.
All right, here you go. Dude, they zoomed in on Chase's forehead this week. We should ask him
again.
Yeah.
Sean Owens. Now, Sean Owens did say, shout out Sean. He said he's not the direct. What's the guy that punches the cameras? What's this?
TD. Or that's Daryl. Durrell.
Whoever does pre-race.
Oh, pre-race.
Does that.
No, that's another guy.
Stop doing that.
Yep.
Me.
I believe his name's Chris.
Shame. But let's get Chase in here.
Speaking of hairlines, let's go key up Mr. Chase Briscoe. Talk about that Talladega win. Here he is, racing for a championship. How's that sound, Mr. Chase Briscoe? Please welcome.
Yeah, it sounds good. It definitely sounds better than eliminated from the round of 8. Excited to obviously have a 1 in 4 shot. It's pretty crazy. Did not have that on the bingo card when I rolled into Talladega, but certainly glad that the outcome is what it ended up being.
No kidding. And the interesting thing about Talladega is, like, you don't really know when you're going to win, right? Like, it doesn't really hit, so you probably start to cross the start-finish line, but you had control of that thing coming off 4. At what point, that move into 3 following Bubba, that was the move that won you the race. But at what point did you feel like, oh, hell, I just won this race?
Yeah, I made the move into 3, and I knew that I was at least going to be in contention to either win or crash. And I just kept thinking all the way through 3 and 4, I'm about to get right-reared, head on into the fence. And I came off for turn 4, and I'm still like, oh, man, it's coming. I'm about to get just destroyed right here. And then we entered the tri-oval, and I cleared the get right-reared part of it. Like, I cleared Bubba enough. I'm like, okay, now I might not get crashed, but I thought that I was just going to get blown by because I kind of got surged out just a little bit. But then that top lane all started kind of breaking up because they all start fanning out. And, yeah, I got to kind of the middle to exit of the travel, and Drew, my spotter, like I could instantly tell in his voice that there was no way they were getting to me. And, I was like, holy smokes, I just won a super speedway race. I'd never done it in anything, whether it was ARCA, Trucks, Xfinity. It was kind of a moment of disbelief, just because I truly haven't done a very good job, I feel like, on super speedway races of controlling the lead. I've been able to have some good finishes, but when I get the lead, I normally don't do a very good job of maintaining it. I always get myself shuffled out. And, I was honestly jacked up at the end of stage 2 when I won the stage, because I felt like that was the best job I'd ever done before of actually, like, maintaining the lead. It just was a great day for us.
It seems like having the rocket ship that you've been sitting on, Daytona 500 pole sitter, series leading in poles right now. I think it seems to make everything that you do a little bit easier, being that as fast as that 19 car is.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I joked with Rusty Rush. He owns Rush Truck Centers and sponsored me at SHR, and now he sponsors Noah. And we were talking about it. He's like, how is it just so much different now than what it was when you were in the 14? I was like, man, it's just like a cheat code. Like, I just do the same stuff, but I just go faster now. And it's certainly been like a rocket ship. Everywhere we go, we just seem to have speed, no matter if it's a short track or super speedway or road course, and it all comes down to just, the prep work that, James and the engineers are doing, and just the amount of attention to detail. I mean, I feel like we work harder than any team in the garage, truthfully. Like, we just put so much attention to everything we do, and, we've been getting results because of that.
Hey, the other thing that has never won a speedway race is the 19 Cup car, so that's a good job by you. Carl Edwards and Martin Truex Jr. couldn't do it. So I've just been watching, and you even sped on pit road, man. What were you doing there?
I hit the water. We were the first car to pit road all day long, and I told James, literally as we were climbing in the cars, I said, hey, just know that when that first green flag cycle starts, you might want to be, not the first guy. And we were the first guy, and I hit that water. And as soon as I hit it, I just locked the tire up, and I couldn't slow down in time.
Did you spin out?
I spun out exiting a couple years ago.
I said that. Yeah. On our radio, I walked up to Brigham because the weepers were, when you guys rolled, there was weepers crazy on the bottom. And I'm like, hey, remember that there's weepers getting on and pit road and leaving pit road. Like, LaJoie spun out, and somebody else, maybe John Hunter?
John Hunter did last year.
I was like,
or in the spring. Yeah.
Be ready for that.
It's like you hit the banana on Mario Kart is what it feels like.
It's literally.
How's Drew Herring been? And like, I love the preparation that goes into week to week, but especially speedway racing. We talk about James, talk about the pit crew, but like, Drew's been a racer a long time. How's it been being around him?
Yeah, Drew's been awesome. Over the course of the off season, when I knew I was coming to the 19, it was, who's going to spot, and Drew was obviously doing it before, and there was a chance that, he was going to go do something else. And I was pretty adamant that I wanted Drew to stick around, just because I thought he was going to be such a huge asset for myself, just because he has drove before. I've had other spotters in the past, Tim Fedewa, that, had racing experience and driving experience. And I thought that was such a big help for me. Just, visually being able to see what I'm doing and, just give me things to try. And Drew, obviously, I mean, he was even the next gen, driver for Toyota for the longest time with the Wheel Force car. And, he can relate to what's going on. And it's been so fun to work with Drew. He's just so good at what he does. And it's funny, like, I'll find myself overdriving a corner or missing my apex or picking up the throttle a touch too early. And as soon as I do it, you kind of say to yourself, man, like, you messed that up. And Drew is instantly in my ear being like, hey, you got to back it up right there. You got to wait on it. Like, he is so good at just visually seeing what I'm doing and just keeping me honest all day long. So, yeah, I'm super glad that I get to, work with Drew, and, the amount of time he puts in to be one of the best spotters on the roof definitely doesn't go unnoticed.
I think if you rewind, a little bit more than a year and a half ago, right, when you get the news that SHR shutting the door, could you have pictured that you would, in 7 days, 8 days time, be raced for a championship? It's bizarre.
It's definitely bizarre. I mean, I knew when I came here that all the pieces were going to be there to be able to go do it, because you see the other guys in the past, whether it's Denny or Bell or whoever, racing for a championship, it seems like year in, year out. So I knew that the potential was there. I did not think it would, truthfully. I knew it was capable of happening in year one, but I didn't think it would be as easy, I guess. Like, especially this whole playoff run, like, we've just ran so good, and I feel like we haven't really done anything different. I mean, James and myself, we've still even yet to have a conversation about the playoffs. Like, and maybe that's why we've ran as good as we have. We just haven't changed, what we've kind of done over the course of the season to keep getting better. But yeah, I mean, you see it time and time again. When things are going well, it's easy. And, right now it has been easy to a certain extent just because we go to the racetrack and, we've done our prep work and we have good speed and we just make it better throughout the weekend. But yeah, I've definitely been on the other side of it where, you can be doing everything right and you're still slow. So yeah, I'm just thankful that I'm kind of hitting it at the right time, and hopefully we can, be good for 2 more weeks.
Well, I mean, there was a lot. We were certainly pumped for you when you got that 19 ride, and we knew that Gibbs went hard to the hole for you as well and took a chance on you just as much as you were nervous kind of jumping in that thing. But it's all worked out, man, from sleeping on Ross Weiss's couch to here. It's a pretty big step. And now you go pick up little man from school. What are you doing now?
Yeah, I'm at his school. We got it, me and Marissa, obviously, now that we're in the championship 4, we have to go to the banquet no matter what. I was just going to wear the same thing I wore to my sister's wedding, and I got told I can't do that. So, yeah, we have to, I guess, go get a tux, and Marissa's got to get a dress, of course. So, yeah, I'm going to pick him up here as soon as we get done, and I'll head down there to, I guess, the mall or wherever we got to go to buy some stuff and blow money.
Well, good thing for you. You've been earning that money the last couple of weeks. So, man, everybody listen to Stacking Pennies. So proud of you. It's cool to follow along this championship run. You're my favorite. You're my favorite going into the championship 4 because you got nothing to lose. You're playing legitimately on house money, and you already have a trophy on the shelf from Phoenix. So, Chase Briscoe, we're around with you, my friend. Good job. Keep it up. Good luck next week.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was funny. I saw that you said I was the favorite on Facebook. They have like those random Facebook pages, right? And they spelled your name without an E, and it was like the most weird thing I've never seen somebody spell your name without the E. It looked like a French guy or whatever, Corey LaJoie.
Well,
that picked me to be the favorite.
I mean, I've seen my name spelled a lot of different ways this year. At least without an E is not one of the least bad ones. So.
Yeah, there you go. I've never seen it like that.
You're my favorite. I think you can do it.
Well, I
think
appreciate
you are gonna do
it.
All right, guys, have a good day. Chase Briscoe, everybody. We're more coming up. Pit Road Boats and Woes right after this. All right, let's keep it moving with some Pit Road Boats and Woes. First up, what do we have?
From the Xfinity race, this fuel can leaking is
I think, was this Colleague? Yeah.
This is Colleague. So what happens here is these Schultz fuel heads will pull out wide open.
Oh, look, that's slippery too.
Look at it. Pick it up, dude. It's everywhere. You're one spark away from really being in trouble. You don't even need to burn out if you just hit a lug nut crooked and it sparks, dude. Or a hot, if their lug nuts aren't really hot at super speedways, but if you're somewhere else and hot lug nut rolls over there,
ding, ding, ding.
Remember
that time you tried to light me on fire?
Yeah, that was great. Should have done it.
You did do it. I was
close.
Engulfed.
It was close.
My eyebrows were burnt off.
It does the same thing. It sucks all the oxygen air. But the Schultz fuel heads, they have O-rings inside of them. If one of those O-rings breaks, then the fuel head sticks open like that. So, big thing, man. A lot of these teams, especially in the playoffs, will rebuild their fuel heads every week, and you just have O-ring failures. Denny Hamlin, they said he pits from the top lane here. I didn't see it. Where's he at?
So there he is in the white car.
Oh, man.
Parachute.
Whoa.
Whoa, Denny. He's like, well, I'm locked in. Screw you guys.
Whoa.
He's just trying to wreck the field so he can get home early.
Yeah. He's got the bird fired up. Tell him I'm coming. Get this honey baked ham sandwich ready to rock.
He tried to get up.
It's just still dragging.
He's waiting. Mm-hmm. Is he going to get there?
Well, there's nobody else left.
Whoa.
Oh,
Here comes that in car.
Cole Custer. Oh.
That would have been huge.
That'd have been a big wreck.
Oh, my God.
What happened? You lose the clutch?
Starter was bad. So, more issues.
62.
And then
Oh, what do we got here?
throttle sticking. So they had to go under the hood.
That's not the first time that's happened to him. They got
No.
rubber in the.
That was a
Remember
Martinsville
Martinsville practice?
year.
Yeah. Well,
big.
you'll see here they're messing with it, getting it, and then watch the air cleaner. Watch him when he cleans it out here. There's like stuff in it. I assume it's just paper and things, but it's.
Yeah, I wonder if some duct tape.
Oh,
Holy
boy.
moly! Well, some duct tape got through and got hung up in the old
Well,
butterfly.
I mean, those intakes are pretty big.
yeah.
Stuff gets tore up. Everybody tries to run them as open.
And
as
he
they
was
can,
very
I'm sure.
frustrated because is this something that could happen at Phoenix and take him out of the championship?
I don't think
Yeah.
so. Let's not read too much
Could.
into it.
Anything
Could.
could happen.
Because they had
Anything
power steering issues, Kansas too. So the car's been kind of the issue.
Yeah, well,
So.
that's what's.
That's racing.
Fortunately, it's not a foot race, and you have to have
A car.
a car to race, and that's tough.
Gotta have.
It's
Yeah.
a team sport.
Takes a fast one.
6235 wreck here. What happens here? We were riding along with the 6 car. Oh, 35 is coming out. 62 is coming in.
Hell of a parallel parking job.
That was great. Perfect. Run over there. Gas man runs over there and
Did
plugs
you
in.
see when Anthony Alfredo went from the 7th lane and about wiped the field out going for
No.
the lead? Oh, my God.
Did he? Did he get rowdy?
Did you see John Wood's post on Wood Brothers Racing? He says, dude wipes. More like dude's about wiped the field out.
John Wood is.
He literally went from the fence, got pushed out like to the lead, and the 71. Do you have that clip, Higgy? I don't. The 71's leading the bottom lane. He comes like to just
Whoa.
do the big clear, and he was like to here, and the 71 went on the apron like whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you doing?
Wild stuff. Wild stuff. What else we got here?
6 and 23. They both missed their pit stop. Ooh, yep. Wonder if it's the first stop of the day. Oh gosh, the
Can't do
gas
that,
man is
brother.
cussing him right now.
Yeah, like where are you going?
Watch the gas man. Watch him. We're back. Whoa! Look at there's the guy
Hey.
waving on the wall. Hey,
Hey, we're back here.
damn it!
Nope.
Just stop already.
Oh,
23 did a good job missing the 24. 24's probably got a lift there, I'd imagine. Whoa! No, come
so
back next time.
there's a lot of confusion, right? I have always been under the understanding is the right away is the person coming in, because that guy's committed.
Yeah, but if the guy coming
It's all
in,
down in distance too.
it's just so fluid. Because if the guy's coming in, you're like, just get the hell out of the way, man. We're in front of you, right? There's a bunch of different situations. Yeah, I'd love to debate this with you because the 10 car was obviously in the wrong.
I mean, could you buy for a second, maybe a millisecond, that Ty didn't know that there was a tire sitting out there?
I could buy that for a millisecond. Yeah,
What about like 3 milliseconds?
I could buy that, but like
It's not under green, right?
you can't see where you're sitting and the legs sticking out from there.
No,
You can't see that.
no. You
'Cause
can only
it's
see
not
the
under-
top. You can see like the bottom of the right side
I
spoiler.
can buy that. I just can't. What I can't understand is the spotter being like, they put a tire in our exit lane. Like that's not your exit lane.
That's their
That's
box.
their pit box.
Right,
That's where they work.
right.
So like, and the guy's working on his car, and you have nowhere to go. You're running last, dead last, and third to last. Just back up
Right.
and go out. It's not that big of a deal. Don't run over Roger's ankles. But Graham's sitting there like
Yeah.
waving at him,
Yeah.
and Graham just punches the car. What the hell are you doing?
Definitely not handled the right way. But you can't see a tire sitting there if you're Ty.
Yeah, he just doesn't know.
And if
They're lucky nobody
if
got
the
hurt.
tire's not sitting there, then it doesn't hit him. Now we're all going to sit here and watch the synchro camera like clearly there's one. That perspective is about 6 inches higher and obviously on the right side for that camera.
It's just the fact that Graham was sitting there pointing. I gotta know, and then just
But-
the spotter on the radio. Just
It's like, hey,
being
give this guy some room, maybe. That's all you got to say. It's like, okay, we
Yeah.
can back up a little bit, keep this thing moving.
10's
not
just
killing
got 10. I hope and pray for my buddy Andrew Dickinson and crew chief, that thing, they just stay off the radar the next 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Dude, he's had too many
Just
headaches.
ride it out into the sunset.
He's had too many headaches.
What was lately? What else was there?
I don't know. He just wrecked the 24 last week coming to pit road.
Oh yeah,
that was a big
time. Yeah,
that was a big one. A big talking point.
Forgot about that.
That
was a woe.
Listen, man, I'm excited to talk to Frankie Muniz, a.k.a. Malcom in the Middle, a.k.a. Rayoon Brothers Ford truck driver.
A.k.a. Agent Cody Banks.
Yep. I don't know all these movies, but Danny and Sean and
So,
Higgy
honestly, I don't really even recall him too much from Malcom in the Middle. I was the Agent Cody Banks fan.
I never really saw any of it, but I know him as Frankie Muniz race car driver.
That's right. And he's been a cool one to talk to, driver intros, and he's got a young son, I think 4 or 5, like Levi's age too. So we're gonna get him in the studio coming up right after this, guys. Okay, really excited for this conversation to come up, because this is a hard man to get, not only on the phone, because this man is an A-list celebrity, now doubling as a NASCAR Series truck driver. Please help me welcome to Noncents Garage, Mr. Frankie Muniz.
What's up?
Thanks for coming in, buddy.
Happy to be here.
So you're here all week in between, where were we last? Talladega and Martinsville.
Yep.
What's a week in Charlotte look like? Because you live out, where do you live?
I live in Arizona. I spend a lot of time here in Charlotte. I always have to do sim. Midway during the year, because I had to film the Malcom reboot as well, so I was just gone so much that I started going back and forth. Like, I'd race Friday, fly back Friday night or Saturday, come back Monday to do sim Tuesday, fly back Tuesday night to go to the race Thursday. I was doing a lot just to be home with my family a little bit more. So yeah, I do spend a lot of time here, but it's usually like in and out. Like I come in just to do what I have to do, and then I bail, kind of thing.
Why Arizona? A lot of people live in Arizona.
I moved there in 2008. I lived in LA before doing the show and stuff, and I just hated LA with every fiber of my being, and knew I wanted to go somewhere, and I just didn't know where to go. And on a whim, went to Scottsdale, bought a house, and I've been there since. And I always think of leaving. Like, I go, oh, we should go look here or there. Let's move here. And then when I fly back home, I realize, like, it's where I'm supposed to be. Yeah, I love it. And yeah, just good spot.
Well, you're chasing a dream, because was first off, for all the listeners here, if you're watching us on YouTube or Tubi or just listening, this is the one guest we've had that's actually in the middle chair. Naturally,
it's the only place I feel comfortable.
And I actually didn't I didn't have that idea. So we just were on with Chase Briscoe, and he was like, "Are you sitting him in the middle?" I'm like, "That's a great idea." So shout out Chase Briscoe for the idea of putting Frankie in the middle. Talk about the reboot. How do you finish, or how do you fit a full-blown TV shoot around a pretty serious driving career right now?
Yeah, it wasn't ideal. But we'd been talking about doing the reboot for literally 10, 11 years. And Bryan Cranston was really pushing it and heading it. And by the time you get everyone involved and the creator and the writers, and you come up with an idea, and you go to the network, which Fox is now owned by Disney. So it was Disney in the end. By the time they said yes, I knew that it got greenlit because Bryan had texted me, but I didn't hear from them before we made my announcement that I was going full-time racing this year. And it put them in a interesting situation, because they've never had to be in second position for an actor, right? Especially to go racing cars, which usually you have to sign a paper saying that you won't do that,
right?
Before you start a project. So they were really accommodating. They worked around the schedule. So instead of filming Monday through Friday, we filmed Sunday through Thursday. So I would film Sunday through Thursday, fly Thursday night, race Friday, fly back Saturday for the one day off. But we were filming in Vancouver, and all the races were Bristol, Rockingham,
You're the modern day Paul Newman.
Yeah. And it was a lot. The shoot went amazing, and I'm really happy with how I did, but the effort I put in. And I feel like if I had better luck in the races, I would have felt like that was successful too, because I was still doing the prep I needed to do. I felt like I was doing my job. I just had a lot go wrong this year.
You bring that up. I wanted to talk about it a little bit of how you consider how good you did on TV, because I had that experience on Prime this year, right? It's because racing, I've only raced.
Yeah.
Right. On the flip side, you're coming into racing.
Mm-hmm.
where your passion for motorsports has developed and now you're chasing it. I was only racing. And it was very clear if you did a good job because the scoreboard tells you if you did a good job or not.
Yeah.
And even if it's outside your control, you can still say, okay, we had a decently fast lap or practice. Every time you go work, you are ranked.
It's measurable.
Best to last. And then I go on TV with Prime, and I literally say like 3 sentences and talk for 30 seconds combined, and everybody's like, great job. Damn, you nailed it. I'm like, what a difference of a weekend that is.
Yeah.
So how have you, how do you measure?
It's the one thing I love about racing more than acting is it's not subjective. Because as an actor, you can put in 100% effort and think that you did the best job you've ever done as an actor, like the work, like behind the scenes and on camera, and you're really dedicated. And then people see it and they're like, man, it's okay. You know, you know, I'm like, oh man, I worked really hard for that. You know, I thought I did good. So I don't like that about being an actor, but I very rarely leave the set satisfied, if that makes sense. I always feel like, oh damn, like I didn't get it exactly how I wanted, or oh, you know, I have a different idea. Not necessarily. I mean, yes and no. I mean, you always, there's always more, especially, you know, where I'm at right now, right? There's still so much more that I need to get out of the car and working with the team and my feedback and all that. But no, I mean, there's races that I've had this year that like I get out and I feel really good. Like I feel like I did my best, and that's what I'm always trying to do.
Stack
you know what I mean?
pennies.
Yeah. But no, during the Malcom thing, it was weird because like I hadn't seen anybody since 2006, so 20 years. And it was as if no time had gone by for all of us. Just jumped right back into the character, and I felt just so at home. And when I got done with it, I think I tweeted it or something, I don't know, or X'd it, whatever you call it. And I said, it was the first time that I was truly happy to call myself an actor, because I've always kind of hid from that label, even though I am. Like, it's what people know me as, and I did
Since
my
you've been
whole
8
life.
years old, right? Or how old were you?
Yeah, 8 when I started acting. And I was an actor, but I never felt like I fit into that world. But I had such a good time on the reboot, and I don't know, I just felt like I got everything out of it that I could have ever hoped, and got to do it again with everybody, and I had a blast.
What was the gap in years from?
Almost 20. So 2006 is when we ended, and then I just filmed it this May.
It was funny that you brought up it being subjective, and then how, you know, being measured like we do, because I did a shoot last week, 2 weeks ago, for a company out of LA where I drove the car, and I was like, man, this is way better than racing, because I get to drive the car all day, have fun, and I don't have to worry about qualifying. And it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's always, no matter what you do, the grass is greener, because I'm like, why the hell would he want to sign up to come here and drive these things around? Because like, inherently as a picker guy, you just get told you suck all the time.
Yeah,
you could win a race, they'll be like, yeah, but on stop 3 you kind of sucked. And for drivers, like Corey's been going through it forever, see these guys, especially that are in trucks or cars that punch above their weight class, it's like super challenging. So what made you want to take that leap?
Well, I started racing in 2004. I got to do the pro celebrity race that Toyota put on in Long Beach.
The one that Rutledge still does.
Yeah,
see him running,
And I won that, and that feeling of crossing the finish line first, you know, was honestly like,
drugs are way cheaper. They gotta be.
I don't know, but it was something I was like,
high,
whoa. And I never, even at that point, never thought I would be a race car driver. Like, I loved watching. I was a huge fan of it since I was 5 years old. I remember waking up and watching NASCAR races and Formula One races and IndyCar races, and just loving it. And my family wasn't into it at all. But when I got to do that, a team approached me soon after that had a Champ Car team and Indy Lights and all that, and they were like, just come do a test. We'll just put you in the car just for fun. And by the end of like the 2-day test, I was faster than their driver. And they're like, you could probably actually do something with this. And they signed me to a 2-year development deal. And like 2 weeks later, I was racing against Daniel Ricciardo and Sebastian Vettel, and you know, all these people ended up becoming, you know, Formula One champion, you know, race winning drivers, and I was really threw myself off the deep end. But that's kind of how I do things. People always go like, "What's your what do you do for hobbies?" Like, I don't have a hobby. Like, I do it 100%, and I want to be the best I can possibly be at it. You know, I'm not doing it for fun. I'm doing it to win. I'm doing it to be as successful as humanly possible. And maybe that there's good. I think there's good and bad of having that mentality.
Yes.
But that's
more
just
good.
Kind of
more good than bad.
To put that into what you asked, so I raced to 2009, all in open wheel stuff. I got really badly hurt in 2009. I broke my back. Yeah, at Mid Ohio. Basically ripped my thumb off. Just exploded the joint. Had pins put in it.
At Mid Ohio?
Yeah.
That's why all the IndyCar guys go.
Yeah. I held onto the wheel.
Don't drive out of it.
Yeah. Just got badly hurt. Always thought I'd go back racing and just started doing other things. So it wasn't until my son was born in 2021, and as cheesy as it may sound, I was holding him in the hospital the day he was born, and I had this weird thought of who is my son going to grow up thinking that his dad is? Because all I'd ever done, I had a lot of success, but was in my past.
Yeah.
Right. I used to be an actor. I used to race cars. I used to do this or own these businesses, whatever it was. And I decided right in that moment that I wanted to go back racing because I felt like I had unfinished business there. And it was the one thing that you can see the work paying off, right? And you can, not that you can dictate your future, but you can with the results or whatever. But I wanted him to see me working really hard for something that's not easy.
Yeah.
And not only did I decide to go back racing, but I was like, NASCAR, even though it was so different from everything I had done before. And here I am.
What's that challenge been like?
It's been a roller coaster of emotions, to be honest. When I first started, I did 3 or 4 late model races out in Irwindale and in Kern, and finished in the top 5. And we're like, all right, I think I can do this.
Stuff's easy.
It's easy. Went and did ARCA, was leading the championship halfway through the season. We're like, oh, this is the easiest thing ever. I should have been doing this the whole time. And then kind of reality set in, and the second half of my ARCA season, and then the little bit I did last year, and then this year, I'm not putting it all on bad luck, but it's been rough, right? There's been more days I get out of the car upset or disappointed than I've been happy, right? And that's a hard thing, mentally to weigh, right?
Yes.
Because you put it, even if it's something out of your control, you put it on you, or the fans do, or people see your name down here. You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter what happened, whether it was a bad pit stop or something fall off the truck.
Doesn't
right?
matter.
The result next to it's gonna your name, not the underneath mechanic's name, not the front tire chain. You wear the good ones and you wear the bad ones more the same.
Yeah, so it's been interesting. This year's been like I said, a great learning year again. I feel like I definitely have. I've had moments this year where I go, whoa, okay, something that clicked. Now I get it. I wish I could redo this one because I learned so many things during this battle with this guy.
Is that aero positions? Is that feel the truck?
Well, the one negative coming from ARCA, the little ARCA experience I did and jumping into the trucks, or I even did Xfinity in Daytona in 2024, was I wasn't gonna I was a 5th, 6th place guy in ARCA for the most part. I wasn't catching the top 4, but anyone behind me wasn't catching me either. So basically, after the start, you're essentially just driving by yourself. Yeah. So I didn't really learn how to pass people. I didn't learn how to side draft. I didn't learn it was Miami this year that it finally clicked. And then I went, and then I had more success with it. I worked hard at Michigan and got by a bunch of guys and Pocono, right? I'm doing things that I think people did maybe not 20 years ago, because I'm racing against mostly 20-year-olds, but
have no clue who you are. You're just another guy.
yeah. What? You was on the show?
I'm glad you brought up.
Mom's excited though.
I'm excited. I'm glad you brought up Miami because you had some really electric radio clips that I think we pulled for you.
Really?
So walk us through this.
Oh God.
Did you have an extra coffee before the race? You were on one that week.
I don't know.
Hey guys, want to say a few words. I love you guys. I'm a little nauseous. And it's my mom's first race ever, and she always asks why I even do this. So let's show her why we do this.
God, I never heard that.
We'll show her how we do this.
You've been listening to too much Cliff Daniels radio.
Oh man,
that's funny.
I will be 100% honest. That race, one of my tire changers came up and he's he had smelling salts.
Yep.
Okay.
Buddy, we got fresh ones this week on the pit box. About knocked me on my ass, and I threw it to one of the road guys, Tyler. About knocked him on his ass.
I've never done one.
I was awake that race.
Oh yeah,
trust me. But I had a good race there. I think I finished 24th, but like on the lead lap, like battled with like good cars the whole. So like that was a win to me, right? So like not necessarily like, oh, we weren't top 20, because next week I finished 24th, but like we got wrecked or whatever.
So
you're mad, but I will say this: like one difference of like IndyCar racing or open wheel and like NASCAR. I don't know if this is for all the teams, but the teams that I've been on so far in the stock car world. In the IndyCar world, like we had a private chef, and they made I had a very specific diet I had to follow every day. Here they're like, here's some Popeyes, and I'm like, I can't eat Popeyes before getting in the race car. Like,
we got a hot dog roller in the back of the truck.
No, that's not how I operate. I'm 40, I can't do it.
Get my insulin spikes.
Cowboys over here, buddy. That's why they call that the wine and cheese crowd over there. What racetracks have you guys? You were talking about Homestead, Pocono, Michigan. We're at Talladega this last weekend. Like, which racetracks have completely blown your mind?
I would say, I was like a Bristol. The first time getting to experience that, is intense.
And then somebody passes you at full speed, and you're like, "Oh my god,
yeah,
I gotta go!"
I thought I was going.
Yeah,
I thought I was going.
Yeah.
How do I get out of the way?
Yeah.
I love Michigan, just because it's just fast, and I don't know. I really like there.
It feels like you're going slow until you get out of shape. You're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah. Or you look up at like the catch fencing and how fast it's going by. You're like, "Oh, that's gonna hurt."
Yeah. What's even better is like, because this year I've been out of the car or truck more than I've been in it. First time I ever walked outside the fence and watched like a cup race.
Yeah.
And went into turn 1 at Texas, and they were like, I'm like, oh my god, you're flying.
I had that experience kind of when I just was injured, and I watched the truck races, and I was like, whoa, it looks pretty cool. Like that's what we look like. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Nice.
I can appreciate the thought of wanting your kids to see dad pursue something with all their might, right? That's what I think about too. Is like, it almost, in my cup career, I had worked all the chips on the table, relentless pursuit before I had kids.
Yeah.
And I kind of had kids towards that back into that. It's like, I want them to see me pursue the next thing with all it's about, just to teach them work ethic. Now, I didn't want to get down that path too much, because I'm just curious about like your life trajectory, because being recognized is such an uncommon and like unnatural feeling. And you had that before you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
So how do you even deal and navigate life being recognized? And then now I guess probably maybe less so, maybe more so.
Yeah, yes and no. I only know what it's like to be me, right? And experience what I experienced. I remember being on the show and getting interviewed and like, well, don't you miss the fact that you didn't get to go to prom? And I'm like, well, no, because I was at the Golden Globes last night and had a pretty cool fun time with like,
pretty cool prom.
I'm at the Playboy Mansion every Friday night.
Yeah.
I'd rather that. So I don't know what my life would have been like
in the grotto. What was that little thing?
Yeah.
Allegedly.
If I didn't have if I lived a different life, you know what I mean? I know there's ups and downs that come with it, you know what I mean? And yeah, I don't know. I that's a hard one, because I don't have anything to compare it to, you know what I mean? I would say, as far as being recognized, I'm always surprised that people still remember the show, because it was 20 years ago, and I just went to Mexico 2 weeks ago, and the show is still the #1 show in Mexico.
Whoa.
And like literally chased down the street, like had to have federale, escorts, like crazy. And that is wild to me, because like that's not what I'm used to. Like I'm used to, like, if I'm at the airport, 3 or 4 people come up, hey, I like your show, or ask for a picture, and like, go there. Like that was a whole different experience, and I don't think I could do that. You know what I mean? Like that would be a rough
It kind of be
life.
annoying.
With streaming though, it's like way more prevalent than it's ever been, and you have social media, so at least you're famous in Mexico. Did you ever see that Sugar Man documentary where that guy made an album and it was like named Sugar Man, and He just was like some broke guy working
Yeah.
construction, but he was like the most famous guy ever in South Africa.
Oh, really?
And they were like, "We found you." I was like, "What are you talking about?" They're like, "Your record says like you're the most famous guys." They flew him over there.
That's
but
crazy.
At least you know what's going on when
Yeah.
you get down there. How many people? I'm gonna ask the hard hitting question. How many people still call you Malcolm at the racetrack, and does it piss you off?
No, I mean,
I'll preface this by saying I remember Darius Rucker coming to play somewhere, and everybody kept calling him Hootie,
Oh,
and he was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"I'm not Hootie, I'm Darius."
I mean, I'm so used to being called Malcolm that like I just accept it. Like it doesn't register that they're calling me a different name. It just like registers the same as them calling me my name. The cool thing about when I started racing, I was so used to people coming up and saying, "I love your show, I love Malcolm." But when the people would come up and be like, "I follow your racing," like, "Oh, I've been," it was like the coolest thing to me. Like I loved that recognition, or just the fact that people saw it. You know what I mean? Something different, or you know, even going to the racetrack and like seeing someone wearing like a Frankie Muniz shirt, I was like,
cool.
No way.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because like Tom Cruise doesn't have merch.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, but I thought it was just such a weird, experience, but no, it doesn't bother me. I mean, obviously like, yeah, do I prefer being called my name? Yeah. But like, it doesn't bother me. I'm never offended by it. I do have certain friends that like get so mad when they're called their character, and I'm like, why? Like, it's cool to be recognized as anything. Like that means that people liked what you did.
Well,
right?
but in life, like if you go to the Golden Globes, right, people think of you as Malcolm. But like the nice thing about racing is like on the rundown sheet on your car it says Frankie. Like it's right in your, and like you said, on your merch. Right. So that's what's.
Yeah, I like it.
I'm always curious of everybody's different tastes or guardrails on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And social media is a place where now it becomes 2D, right? Because you have somebody that has the same platform and the opportunity and the same amount of characters that's doing absolutely nothing in their mom's basement, evens them out with somebody that is working and trying and contributing to society, and it puts them on the same level of characters, right?
Yeah.
You clearly at the peak of just life accomplishment is what you're doing. Do you have any buffers? Do you dive right in? Do you have a burner account? Like, what is Frankie Muniz social media like etiquette?
I'm on social. It's me doing it. Although right now, if you look at my phone, I don't have a smartphone. So like I'm going like a month.
Flip phone?
It's called a light phone. So it just does talk, text, and directions. And
Why'd you feel like you needed to do that?
I started by putting a timer on my like social media or like any apps on my phone.
Yep.
And you go like, and it was a thing that would ask you, do you want 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes? And I'd hit 15. And I couldn't believe how fast 15 minutes went by.
You get there by 6:15 in the morning.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, you know, and I'm so busy to where like I go, I don't have time to eat some days. But then I realize I just wasted 15, 30, an hour thinking that it was like 5 minutes. And it's just such a, like there's so many positives of social media, but there's so many negatives too. And I think back of when I didn't have social media in general, and maybe it's like, you know, I'm older and you go, oh, back in the day it was so much better, and you know, this and that. But like, I truly felt like I was happier without social media. And as I've taken the break, like I'm happier without social media.
How long have you been off it?
About 2 weeks. You know.
Okay. Oh, so you're like still detoxing.
Yeah. So I did a show last year where I got put in the jungle of Africa for a month.
How'd that go?
It was actually awesome.
No malaria, I hope.
No, I had the malaria pills every day, so I was good. But I
seems to be a
see some anacondas. Like what I got? What's going on?
No, it was basically like a Fear Factor mix with Survivor.
Okay.
Type of show. It only airs in Australia, but it was. They'd asked me for a long time, and I said yeah, and it was one of those like incredible life experiences that if they asked me to do it again, I would do it every year, because
really
you basically get thrown in there with people you don't know, and you have no communication with the outside world at all, like zero. So no news, no social, you can't talk to anybody, you can't call your family, you only have the people there. And at first, like the first 2 or 3 days, you're like not bored, but just anxious. And but then you realize like I got into conversations with people that I haven't done ever in my life, because it was the only thing to do, right? You're just stuck in there. And after the month, it was like such an amazing experience, and I was like, I'm never going back to a smartphone. Then like you slowly let it back in, and then it takes over your life again. So
right, and then the anxiety creeps in, and the comparisons creep in, and all the things.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as social media, like I use it as a tool, right? I like that you can get a message across, like you can, kind of tell your side of a story. You can, do all that. But at the same time, like I really enjoyed not being on it when I cannot be on it. But this business, you have to be on it. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Well, that's one of the reasons why you're wearing 2 Ford logos on your shirt, right? It's because like Ford Performance, Ford Racing, I believe it is, like
Racing,
they are heavily invested in you, heavily supporting you because of the massive influence that you have.
Yes. And I know that, I know when I talk to sponsors or potential sponsors, like they're 90% more interested in my social presence, you know what I mean, what I could offer in that sense, than they are even having anything on the car, right? The car is like a bonus, that we can be like, oh, well, yeah, sure, we could do those that many posts, but we'll also throw it on the car, like, ooh, yay.
Yeah, cool. Whatever. They don't know what it means.
Yeah. So I know it's important for me to continue down this path, that I have to continue to have it. Would I have it if I wasn't in the entertainment business or a race car driver? I would probably not. I'd probably delete it 100%.
So who do you, being in the Ford camp, like is it other Ford drivers you lean on the most? Who do you lean on the most for advice when you thrust yourself into this driving career?
Yeah, I mean, initially a lot of people were offering advice or help, or like, hey, call me, and Ford, when I would go into the sim, would have, Cole Custer came in a bunch, Ryan Preece came in a bunch. They have David Reagan as like the driver coach there
Joey
too.
Hand's in there a little bit.
Yeah, Joey Hand. And they would come in and kind of help me a little bit, and just to be able to compare what I'm feeling in the sim, or go over notes and stuff like that. So I did have some help. I'm not the type of person that likes to ask for help, like ever. So if someone offers it, great, I'll take it, and I use it. But I always feel like I'm bothering someone if I call them to ask them a question or anything like that. I've really kind of just learned by throwing myself off the deep end, right? You got to be out there doing it, and talk to whoever I can. But I was talking to someone the other day, and they're like, oh, are you friends with all the drivers in the garage? And I don't think I've met maybe 20 of the 33 guys. Like I don't even know. I've never even met them.
Yeah, it's not like a bar you go grab a drink and like chop it up with guys.
Yeah.
Especially now.
When
there's no drivers meet.
Yeah, when I used to race the open wheel stuff, like it was 3-day weekends, and you had to do a lot of events together. So I feel like I was closer with a lot of the other drivers. Where here, like you show up, other than the 7 that I see in the rookie meeting, I go in my hauler, I get dressed, I get in my car, I do the lap, I go back in the hauler, debrief, do the race, go home.
You know what I mean? Who's your best NASCAR friend? Doesn't have to be a driver.
I mean, probably Corey. You know how little I rate you back.
We've talked for a combined 7 minutes. But you played kickball a couple years ago.
You're a great kickball team.
Yeah, I was good at bunting, or
doesn't matter. You got on base.
Hey, GOB, get on base.
No, I would say of the guys in the Truck Series, I've spent more time with Andres Perez de Lara.
I like him a lot.
I like him. I raced with him in ARCA too, so we had a little bit of.
He's so happy.
NASCAR Mexico guy.
Yeah,
which checks out. Probably a big Malcom Middle fan because
he asked me for a picture.
#1 show Mexico. It's all working out.
At Talladega, he's, can I get a picture with you? He's like, because no one believes I know you. I'm like, bro, we've been friends for like 3 years.
Big fan.
Oh, that's funny.
I talked to him. I'm trying to think, like, if I was going to an autograph session, who I would try to sit next to. Friesen, I would always try to sit next to him. We're kind of the same age,
same
cool guy.
Chapter of life.
But yeah, a lot of the guys are a lot younger than I am too. So,
I was going to say that.
It's
like, what am I going to talk to like a 21-year-old person?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Like, what is 6'7"? I don't know.
No.
Yeah, I
don't
have no
care.
idea.
Logano had a great point about that when he first started. Because when he first started in the Cup Series, he was 18. And he's like, none of my even road guys want to talk to me. Like, they all have mortgages and kids, and I live at home with my parents.
Literally, I racing all day.
Yeah.
Nice.
Do you iRace at all? Do you have a sim?
I do. I have a sim, but I race as my name, and I don't know if I could change it, but it's always like I'm gonna wreck Frankie Muniz, and I just get wrecked out of every single race I do. So like, I literally like my I rating is like just goes down. I've lost my A license. I can't even race in the A stuff because I get wrecked out.
You got fix this for the man.
You got some 11-year-old like with with a vendetta to wreck Frankie Muniz.
Like, what? Like this isn't fun.
You're the real Frankie Muniz, yeah.
What are some of the similarities, good or bad, and bad, between just like Hollywood, TV land, and racing?
I think the only things I can really kind of bring one from the other is I've been interviewed my whole life, right? So I didn't really need media training, you know what I mean? But the only other thing would be when it's time to perform, you have to perform. Like, sure, in a lot of acting, you get a take 2, a take 3, or however many attempts that you want. But like, I grew up doing theater and Broadway and stuff like that, where you got to go out and perform. So I want to say a little used to that pressure in a sense. I still obviously get extremely nervous, but even as an actor, right? Like before you have to, but
you gotta get it right.
Yeah, I want to do good. That's only because I care.
Right.
You know what I mean? Same in the race car now. Like, there's nerves I don't have. There's been nerves I don't have any. I'm sorry. There's been races I have no nerves, and those are I'm not good. Like, I'm just bad. And maybe there's something about the fact that like I need that to
fight or flight.
Yeah, to perform. So I don't know. I think I could take that a little bit, but otherwise, I don't think there's anything that's really comparable.
Do we have more clips? I'm looking at the list here.
Yeah, we've only heard 2.
We need to go through all these.
I do want to go through all.
Yeah, like that. We're getting towards the end of it here, and I'm like, I'm looking.
Yeah, don't bury.
This
don't bury
list
the
is
lead
long,
here.
and I'm like,
we got an elephant in the room.
Let's
I want to
go.
hear this man on the radio.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the next one. Which one's this? Chicken tenders from Homestead.
Oh,
you were the smelling salts got the best of you.
They did.
I see this happen often. We got a lot of football guys on pit road. They give them the non-football guys.
Woo!
Adverse reaction. Go ahead.
Travis, I'm sorry if I puke in the car. Too many chicken tenders. Future note: no more chicken tenders before race.
Would you have some Bojangles before the race or what?
What do they have? Maybe Raising Cane's or something.
Oh.
I mean, it's good, but I normally don't eat that, and I did the smelling salt, so it was like a mix.
Oh boy!
But it was good. It was good. So I tried to replicate that the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Where I was like, I'm smelling salts, and I'm eating
out.
chicken tenders,
yeah.
and then they were really bad races.
Yeah.
You know, like 5
And you're also
get rid of the smelling salts.
8 pounds
Get rid
heavier.
of the chicken tenders. Yeah.
What else we got here?
Yo, is Kyle Larson ready for what I'm about to give him? I think you should go push him around a little bit under caution and let him know what's up.
That's awesome.
So this was a Homestead preface.
It was Homestead. Yeah, he was restarting right in front of me, and I don't know. I just thought it was really weird that Kyle Larson was right in front of me, and I was like, I'm gonna punt him.
Talk about how that guy is something else at Homestead, bro.
Well, they were like, follow him, learn from him.
It's impossible.
Literally, we got through turn 1 and 2, and I was like, he's gone. I don't even know where he went. There's 7 cars in front of me before him.
He's incredible. What do we got?
A couple more from Atlanta here.
Oh god.
Thank you, but making sure you have every electronic thing turned off, all fans, all cool suit, even the main power. Yep, copy. I just have my CD player on. Yeah. When we do fire it up, just the main truck power and the ignition, let that thing sit for a second, and then try to fire it. No other fans. Copy. So I have to turn my Creed CD off? Yes, unfortunately that'll have to be off. With arms wide open.
Yes!
Yeah.
Under the sunlight. Thank you for singing what was playing in my head.
So you're
Welcome to
Yes,
this
it's still good.
place. I'll show you everything.
So your car chief, obviously your battery's dead, maybe, or the alternator's dead on this thing.
It sounds like it's on a red flag.
Yeah, there was a red flag there, but we had starter issues because there 2 red flags there or something. Maybe,
I'm sure there
I don't
was
know.
about 12.
Yeah. So we had to get push started out of, and I don't know. I don't know where because I listened back to it. I'm like, I don't remember saying it.
Out of body experience.
But I'm that way with the race in general. When I have to debrief on the Monday and talk about like what the truck was doing or stages, it feels like I didn't do it. Like it wasn't me. And
you're in flow.
Yeah, like I really have to like, I almost like I can picture as if I'm on top of the race car, like viewing it.
I feel that occasionally. It's called,
like,
it's flow.
Yeah.
Flow state.
That's flow, that's what that's called?
Yeah.
But it's hard because like I want to give good feedback of like the changes we made during the pit stops or whatever, and I can remember like 1 or 2 really clear laps, and the rest, like even this weekend, I'm like, we did 90 laps. Like I can remember maybe 1 or 2 things that happened during the race that like specifically stand out. So I don't know if that's good
Your
or
car
bad.
chief is sitting there freaking out because
old.
he doesn't think the car is going to start and he didn't charge the battery.
And
And
I'm
you're
singing-
singing
then you're
Creed.
When dreaming.
I wish you'd shut the up right now.
Hang on, here comes the chorus.
Well, I'm 2 ways on the radio. I'm either light and funny, or I'm angry and pissed, right? Like and flipping out. So like I try to be more light and funny more times than not. You know what I mean? If possible.
Because unless you've done it, the inside the car with a helmet on in the race is a very lonely place, right? So like you bring people in with you to like, hey, share this experience with me. Let me grab the mic.
What I didn't know, unlike like ARCA, unless you're on my channel at the racetrack, no one hears it.
Yeah.
And I started seeing like clips of the stuff I was saying, and I was like, "Ooh, I didn't realize that everyone can listen
scan now.
Everyone can
Buddy,
listen.
now everybody has HBO Max. They can watch on the cup stuff. They can watch you. They can hear what you say, and then they can hear what your crew chief and spotter, the shit they're talking about you on too.
Yeah.
There's no hiding from anything. Danny, there's one more. A symphony for the 38. What's this?
Did you give the 38 a thumbs up? Nah. He's new to Ford. Give him a break.
What did I say?
Better man than me.
38 must have pissed you off at Atlanta.
You said he's new to Ford. We'll give him a break.
Big Ford guy.
Yeah.
Big Ford
Chandler
guy.
Smith.
Yeah.
I don't know what that would have been about, to be honest. I can't remember what happened there.
My assumption is he crashed. He probably didn't do something for you earlier in the race. You were going to give a thumbs up. That's my assumption.
Maybe. I know Hemrick and Mozak took me out of that race with like 10 to go. That's all I remember about that. Being really mad because we were like running in the top 10 the whole race.
Dang.
But-
So I know, just being a guy who's always pressing, wanting more, wanting to get better, running a truck isn't where like the goal line is set, I'm sure. So what's the runway look like for you?
I mean, I think everybody who's out there, like their dream would be to be in the Cup Series. I'm realistic in the sense that I know it's going to be really difficult for me to get there at 40 years old. You know what I mean? When I went racing, I didn't set like a set goal. When I remember showing up for Daytona ARCA, and I was almost in tears before the race. Like maybe I shouldn't admit that, but like I was like, what am I doing?
Okay.
That's
like,
cool.
Why? Like what? Not in like a, oh, this feels so good. Like in a, I have no idea what I'm doing.
That's good.
Type of
Yeah.
situation. You know
Sounds
what I
like
mean?
it sounds like though you're used to that.
Yeah, I guess.
But when
I,
you
I
get
throw
scared to
myself
death,
off the deep
dude,
end.
you're like, all right,
You got two options.
Screw it and go.
Right? You quit or you can jump
Yeah.
in and figure it out.
And
So-
the walls will stop you.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's rather
Belt
they're
and
soft
then-
walls now.
You got a lap belt and safer barriers.
So I remember having a really good Daytona. We had contact late, had to go to the back, still finished 11th in the ARCA race. But then I remember going to Phoenix, it was the next race, and I realized I had never hit the brake pedal in an ARCA car. And I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing, right? And like we qualified, I think 8th, I finished 6th, and I was like, okay,
Hey, pretty solid
all
there.
right, got it. You know, so it was always one of those things where like I was just trying to prove to myself that I even could. So I wasn't going like, I'm doing this with the set goal of I got to get here, I got to go here, I want to do that. So, you know, after that, I jumped to Xfinity. I did 3 races in 2024 and then did a few truck races and realized I still had a lot to learn. You know what I mean? And put myself in the truck series just because I felt like if you want to race against good guys, you got to race against good guys. You know what I mean? Like I can't put myself like keep doing what I was doing that made me feel like I was so much better than I maybe am.
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot this year because of that.
Which, though, is kind of contrary to what a lot of people do. They put themselves in a position to make themselves feel better than they are and just kind of mask it, right? You're like, I'm going to face what my weaknesses right now are and see if I can get better at it.
Yeah,
I
because
respect that.
yeah, I think. Do you play golf?
Not good. I played yesterday.
Well, if you golf with golfers that are better than you, it brings out the best in you.
You focus a little more. You line up your putts a little bit longer.
When
Sometimes
you golf
I leave
with,
at the turn.
Sometimes you grab a dog and say, see you later.
I go, boys,
Catch
just
you
drop
next
me
time.
off at the truck. I don't want to hold you up anymore.
when you golf with your buddies who are out there just to be drinking and having a good time,
too.
you do too, right?
Yeah.
So that's how I feel with everything. So if I want to be at the top level, I got to race at a high level. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to do.
Talk about high level. One of my favorite actors is Bryan Cranston.
Yep.
God, that guy is awesome. Obviously, never met him. Watched Breaking Bad. Watched all the things with him. Tell me about. Is that guy as cool?
He is.
As he seems.
I've always said, people always ask me like who my favorite actor is or person I met, and I always say Bryan. Because he's an incredible actor, right? Think of like all the things he's done, range, but he showed up to work every day for 7 years and gave it 150%. And he was always extremely kind to every single person on that set, never came with a bad attitude, where like, if you do anything like for 7 years, like it just becomes your thing, right?
Yeah.
Like you're like, are we done? Like, we didn't get that? Oh shoot, I really wanted to make it to the Clippers game. You know what I mean? Like, or whatever, know, and it just becomes like your thing. And he never had that. And I always said I wanted to be like him. Like I wanted to work with people and whatever I did, people say a similar thing, that I gave it my all and I was a nice guy or a good guy. And I've always tried to do that. But he's absolutely phenomenal. And getting to work with him again, because when I worked with him, like he was just, in a sense, he became my dad, right?
Yeah.
I was with him more than I was my own family for those 7 years. And to see the success that he had post Malcom, I don't think it could have happened to a better guy, but to then get the opportunity to work with him again, was a really cool thing. And I don't know, I'm excited for everyone to see it.
When's that come out?
I think they're talking April.
Okay.
Yeah. So they gave me a few weeks of like, keep this open.
Will it be on Fox?
It will be on Disney Plus.
Okay.
It's only 4 episodes, and I always want to make that clear because I think a lot of people think it's going to be like a whole nother show. Originally, it was written to be like a 2-hour movie, so they just cut that 2-hour movie to be 4 episodes. And I'm not saying that there's not a possibility of it ever continuing beyond that, but that was not the intention. Like it's just these 4. You get to see everybody, get like and then it ends again.
So that's going to drop in April, and your 2026 plans aren't confirmed necessarily, but you seem to be even adding more to your plate.
Yes.
Which I'm excited to see, and I'm excited for all the fans to know what that's going to be. But do you have, working with Ford Racing now, do you have like a bucket list now? It's like you're going full time and you're going to have a lot of your weekends covered, but like, are there pins up on the cork board of like, I want to do that, I want to do that, definitely don't want to do it?
Yes and no. I mean, I've gone, this year's been wild, right? Because I was so busy. Maybe I'm not saying I overworked, but there was a point where I was like, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore.
What's coaster?
I can't do another, by June I had already done 600,000 airline miles.
Holy
you know what I mean? Like it was dumb. And so I started spending a little bit more time at home. And one thing I'm bad at is saying no, right? I get asked to do stuff, whoever it is, and I'm like, I can fit that in. Oh, you have to go here for 2 days and fly in. I can make that work. I can, And
I don't think you actually get a sensitivity to that until you have a kid.
Yeah.
Well, that's
you're
exactly
trading
what I was going to say. Once you have a kid, your time becomes way more valuable, and you go, no.
Yeah.
I'm actually not going to do that. So
I think a lot of that comes from like post Malcom. I started racing, and I said I didn't want to act, right? I told my agents and managers, like, I don't care what it is. I'm not doing it. I'm going to focus on being a race car driver. And then after that, I joined a band, and I was always really, really busy doing things. But then there was, I think for the first time, maybe it was like 2017, that I wasn't in the band anymore. I wasn't acting at the time. I wasn't racing.
What did you do in the band? Higgy was in a band.
I played drums. Yeah.
Oh, we can start a band right here. He got vocals and drums. Higgy's on the electric guitar.
Nice. It was the first time in my life where I was like, I don't really have anything to do. Like since I was 8 years old.
Yeah.
Because I've always been just nonstop. And there was a small period of maybe like maybe 6 months to a year, where I kind of was like, I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, and
or what you even want to do.
Yeah, or what I want to do. But then you're kind of like, well, I guess I could get back into acting, but it's not up to you, right? Then you got to have the person who wrote the thing, or the producers, or the network go, yeah, we think you'd be great for it, and give you a shot. And you don't know when the next opportunity of you having work is gonna happen. So it was a weird situation.
Does that way of living, because I can relate to that, because every November, every end of October, I didn't know what I was doing next year.
Yeah.
It's like you're waiting every single time your phone rings, like, oh, this is it.
That's
and it's
this
not.
damn.
But
that's this damn industry. Everybody in it.
Yeah.
Even the guys sitting in this room that produce this podcast, people that sell sponsors. Like, I tell our young guys all the time, if you like just having a job where you know what's coming, don't do this, because every September, October, November, it sucks.
It can change, yeah.
Well, I really hated it as an actor, because it's truly not up to you. You know, where here, like, if you do a good job,
there's stats.
You're probably gonna, or you can, you have sponsors or whatever, right? There's things that you can do that keep I know my plans, or I think I know my plans for next year. I can start planning what my year is going to look like. Whereas an actor, like, I might get a call tomorrow and then go, hey, Martin Scorsese called and he wants you to do this thing. It's 7 months in Lithuania. You know what I mean? Or not, or what? And you're like, oh, okay. But if I say no, I'm probably never going to get that opportunity. So I'm used to saying yes to things, because there's going to be a time where you don't get asked to do things, right? So I'm trying to balance that. I'm trying to figure that out. This year was hard for that, because I did the Malcom show, which I was thrilled to do. I couldn't obviously say no to it. It just unfortunately happened the year that I was going full-time truck racing, which is a full-time job. And then I also had tons of things I had to do. So next year is going to be interesting. I'm sorry, I tell long stories, but
no, I like it.
So my wife with this year had, like, obviously she wants me around, you know what I mean? Which I think is a good thing.
If she doesn't, then you should be concerned.
For my son as well, and I want to be around. I want to be there. And there was a period where I didn't go home for almost 3 months, 4 months. Like, didn't see my house.
Yikes. What's your wife's name?
Paige.
Shout out, Paige.
Yeah.
Dang, holding the fort down when you're gone.
Yeah. And she was kind of like, when I met you in 2016, you weren't a race car driver. You were.
It's like, I didn't sign up for this.
Not that she was saying that. She's like, we never really talked about what it was like. When you wanted to go back racing, I was like, yeah, great. I didn't know what that was going to become. I didn't either. Like, literally, like, even right now, what my plan for next year, like, I didn't expect it to become maybe what it is or not. But I also know that, like, I've got a great opportunity, the support I get from Ford, and, I'm really lucky, and I know that at 40 years old, I don't get to take 2 of this, or take 3, because it's my second time racing in the future. You know what I mean? And I know I've got to take advantage of that opportunity. So it's, we had a lot of discussions about it, and, what I would do, or what kind of series, or schedule, and all that kind of stuff. And I made one decision to go a certain way. I'm trying to, how do I
land a bird?
Yeah. I had made a decision to go a certain way, which was going to be a very light schedule. And
I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. And now it's turned into,
let me inject another
double,
several months.
Triple what I probably did this year as a race car driver.
You're gonna do that. Like, I sit back and go, I'm gonna be way more just efficient in my next year, and then I'm like, I'm only gonna do this, and this. I'm gonna say no to everything, and then I get like 3 months into the year, and I'm like bored. I'm like, nope, I'm building this. I'm doing all that.
Yeah.
So and to your point before, Joe Flacco. Did you see what he said last week? Was it Joe Flacco?
Yeah.
And he was like,
about being 40
I only get one chance to play in the NFL. I'm not giving it up.
Yeah.
Like,
they want me. I'm gonna keep going. Yeah. I feel that, but every decision that I've made with my wife. You know what I mean? And so she actually is the one who pushed me into what's going to make my next year probably way busier. So I'm thrilled to have that support, you know what I mean? Because you need it, obviously.
And she sees that's what fills your cup, and that's what gets you excited.
Yeah.
I really appreciate listening to you, because I think you and I are similar in a couple of ways, where if you're not busy, you're not seeing forward progress in something, then you get anxious, like you're not doing enough.
Oh yeah.
And my wrestle is like, what is contentment and what is enough? What's enough and what's, because right now nothing is enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think about it too. There's times I've done things where I go, you know, we could just be on a beach, you know, hanging out. But that sounds awful to me.
Dumb,
Sounds
man.
great for 2 days.
Yeah. Like, it sounds awful to me. You know, people go like, why do you work so hard? Like, why do you do these things? Why do you, you know, I don't know. Like, it makes me feel good. You know, I want, you know, I'm turning 40 in December, and I feel like I still have so much unfinished, like, things I want to do in my life. But I've always said I want to look back at my life and not have regret that I didn't try something, or I didn't do something, or I didn't, you know, I don't know, you know, so it's more of that.
Your bucket list and what you have already checked off relative to a lot of other people seems to be pretty expansive.
But here's what's weird. I know on paper or from the outside it may seem that, but like internally I feel like I'm still a failure because I haven't gotten to where I want to be. You know what I mean? So it's something I wrestle with, like when you talk about like contentment or like, you know, feeling like you've accomplished it. Like sure, like I've done a lot, but I don't feel like I've gotten to the level that I want as a race car driver or as an actor even, or whatever it is what I've done.
That's a gift and a curse.
Yeah, I know that too. So I'm trying to balance that, and you know, I really want to be just the best dad I can be. Like that's really like a huge focus of mine, and that's the hardest thing with the schedule that I have. You know what I mean? We don't live here in Charlotte. I feel like it'd be a lot easier because I'd be home a lot more if we did. But you know, I did this for my family. Like I did this for my son, right? Remember I said like, well, I went back racing, and I don't want that to be like to a detriment of
That's right.
taking me away from him
Yeah.
at the same time. So it's a fine line and a balance. And you know, they were just at Talladega. We stayed the whole weekend, had probably one of the best weekends I've had.
Oh, dude,
Your
the
Halloween party?
MROs got the trick or treat and
so
all the
great.
stuff. Yeah.
What'd you dress up as?
I didn't, and my son, I forgot that the MRO does it at Talladega weekend, and so we went in because all the other kids were dressed up, and like he had cowboy boots that he had on the thing.
On that day, yeah.
He had a checkered flag overalls and a police hat.
So he looked like half the people on the boulevard.
I said, I go, you're going as, you know, just a Talladega race man. You know?
Yeah, dude.
It was awesome.
Man, we could sit here and talk all day. I've really enjoyed this. But before you leave, we've got 3 questions that we ask all of our guests. You have driven many cars. So I'm going to ask you a 2-part question.
Okay.
What's the favorite car and track that you have driven on? And then that's first part. And if you had to pick one race car and one racetrack to race at the rest of your life, what do you do?
Favorite race car track combo would be the Champ Car Atlantic Championship car at Road America.
Okay.
I love Road America, but I think that car was like, it was a little underpowered, but the aero was insane. So it was so high speed, so fun to race. So I definitely always think that as my favorite racetrack.
What corner at Road America is your favorite?
Well, the carousel in that car is flat out, you know, and then the King's flat, you know, at like 190 miles an hour,
gnarly.
you know, and it's just crazy, like crazy fast. But no, I haven't been there since 2008 or 2009 last time I raced there, but that still sticks in mind as my favorite.
Then part 2.
Part 2, I would say I really do love racing the truck. I love racing the trucks, and I love Michigan. That's my favorite track. So
Trucks in Michigan.
yeah, I would do that over and over again.
Corey just judged the hell out of you right there.
I did. I was
He was
like,
like-
damn, I got to get my man a little bit more options to choose from.
Why? What do you like?
Not Trucks in
Not
Michigan.
trucks
Why don't you
anywhere.
like trucks in Michigan?
He
Because
just
I felt
doesn't
like the
like
race was
trucks. He's a
intense.
truck hater.
I mean, yeah, I was like one corner away from winning the Trucks in Michigan.
I know. I
There's-
restarted right behind you in
he's so
third
bitter about
and
it.
missed a shift.
yeah, maybe I'm pissed off about it. Trucks to me feel like you're driving a cup car with like a 40-foot trailer on the back.
Yeah.
They just feel slow, and you don't have as many options to work your controls to kind of work with. Like,
I get it.
You're just kind of stuck. There are certain instances I'll tell you my truck gripes later after the show.
Yeah.
Question number 2.
He's got a laundry list. We don't need to add to it.
We've already talked for an hour. I don't want to talk for another one. Question number 2. What's your most embarrassing moment? And normally the question is, what's your most embarrassing moment at the racetrack? I'm going to go, what's your most embarrassing moment on set?
Ooh.
Unless you have a really good racing embarrassment story.
I'm trying to think for either. On set, so many memories are coming to mind of things.
Can I say mine while you think about yours?
Yeah.
So this isn't even at the racetrack. This one just popped in my head because it's probably the most embarrassed I've ever been in my life. Kevin Harvick, it might have been Clint Boyer, had a dirt track up there in Winston-Salem. They raced everybody from RCR on like a Wednesday night would go race at this dirt track. So one of these nights we load up and go. I was probably 14. I was a sophomore playing varsity baseball, and I had like quadruple XL large sweatpants on that my dad hated and made a comment every time I wore them. Like, like the center seam was like down by my knees, right? Yeah. He hated them. And in hindsight, I understand why, right? So they had a grandstand built out. There's a couple hundred people there. And I'm sitting there talking, and it was Dad, Delana Harvick, Brian Smith from TriStar, and I'm sitting there, like I'm just like arms crossed, and my back is towards the grandstands. I'm like kind of watching and next thing I know, I'm like, damn, it got pretty cold all of a sudden. My dad pants me, underwear and all, in front of that damn grandstands.
Oh man,
I had never been more embarrassed. Now that I say that story, I'm kind of pissed off at him. I go inside and punch him in the face. So that's my embarrassing racetrack story.
I have one. I know I have a lot of embarrassing stories, but one that comes to mind as one of the most embarrassing stories. I was in Scotland doing like a press tour for a movie or whatever in the UK, and went up to Scotland, and they had in the early 2000s all these fun talk shows like Top of the Pops. It was like music, and but they were really like TRL. Do you remember TRL? On MTV? And I went on this one, and every guest had to they had a skateboard, but it wasn't a skateboard, it was attached, that they had to put a pie on and hit the skateboard, and whoever got it the highest, they'd put your face, so all these big celebrities that had been on the show are all up on the wall pretty high, and me being competitive, I can't lose at anything, right? I've got to really try this. I got to win. I go up and I step as hard as I can, and I somehow miss the skateboard, tear my ACL.
Oh man!
And the pie just falls off.
Oh no!
So so then I'm basically crying in pain. They think I'm being funny, and I'm no,
this guy's a great actor. Look at this bit
on TV, and go to the hospital the whole nine, leave the show, and then my face sat there for all the years on the floor next to it,
here's Frankie.
But I was also maybe 14
else.
or 15, where you really think everyone really is gonna judge you. You know, the girls are, everyone's gonna be so. I'm so embarrassed. It was pretty rough for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a pretty embarrassing story. I wonder if that's floating on YouTube somewhere.
I would love to find that.
Higgy will find it.
He will go into the dark trenches of the.
I don't know what that show was called specifically, but
Higgy will let us know.
Yeah,
Chad before you leave.
Chad GPT might know what it is. Maybe that could pull it up. Question number 3. So, not many people that sit in the show. They're like you mentioned earlier. They're all young kids that we generally interview. And they don't understand the reference of the Men in Black memory zapping pen.
Yeah,
of course you do.
Yep.
Right? So if I had that memory zapping pen, and if you got to keep only one racing memory, what do you keep?
Oh man. I would keep my 2023 Daytona ARCA debut, because, like I said, I remember being on the grid going what I get myself into. Had the race, you really don't know what's going to be in the draft. You feel that for the first time, the adrenaline, the nerves, the craziness that happened around you, and the near misses, and everything that happened. And my wife ran up to me. I'm getting emotional thinking about it, but she ran up to me, and she came to the window, and I was drenched in sweat, and she was the joy that was in her face of like me having finished that moment, finished that race, and it really truly was a dream. You know, I drove the pace car at the 2001 Daytona 500.
Yeah.
And I actually I talked to Dale right as he was getting in the car. He signed my jacket. And there was something weird about like kind of like all my past and everything kind of coming together. And like, even though it was ARCA, but like it just felt so special to me. And I don't know, I'll remember that forever.
That might be the best one we've ever heard, to be honest with you.
It's the best part of racing is the family aspect of it. So I think you getting into it because of your son.
Yeah.
Like, you get to camp at the racetrack all weekend. They get to be there with you. And I don't know of a better sport that you do with your family. Like, there's nothing more fulfilling for the whole family.
Yes, I do actually remember telling that to my wife when we first started. I was like, I really, like, it's like a tight-knit community. You know, even though I said I haven't met many of the drivers, but, like, in the MRO, like, that vibe with the other drivers and the kids. Like, my son cannot wait to go back to the racetrack to be a part of it. Like, and I love that. Like, you know, I don't know.
Your little guy's into it too. He's got diecast cars.
Yeah, he loves it. He's obsessed.
Well, Frankie, man, I really appreciate you coming in the studio today. It's been a blast talking to you. So where could they follow along with the announcement coming up soon for your 2026 plans?
I don't have a specific plan of how we're going to announce, but it will be soon.
Okay.
Just follow me on Instagram, Twitter, X, at Frankie Muniz 4 on Instagram, because the first 3 were taken.
Tell them now, if you want to know, you have to watch all 4 episodes, and then it'll unlock your 2026 plan.
No, because that's happening in April. I better be racing by time.
Yeah, that's right.
You'll get your 2027 plans
at the end.
At the end.
Yeah,
that's right. All right, guys, more Stag and Pennies coming up after this. Thanks again, Frankie, for coming in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
Well, that's a lot of talking for today. Let's go ahead and
Muniz was good. Pumped about that.
Yeah.
Now we got some questions from our fans.
He's got some good stories.
He does.
Thoughtful fella.
Well, hell of a life he's lived in his 40 years, and I'm excited to see his NASCAR career flourish.
Mm-hmm.
First Penny for your thoughts question. Who's the next first-time winner in the Cup Series? Gibbs, Hostfar, Smith, Zilich, other. That's from Austin Euler. Austin Threeler?
Maybe is it Bueller? Or is it
Bueller?
Maybe a 3 is a B.
Bueller.
I think it's a matter of if, not when, or when, not if. Hocevar wins. I think he's super fast, and Luke and that whole group's going to keep giving him fast cars, and they're ultimately going to be in position when the pay window opens. So he's going to win sometime next year. I'll say this hot take: if Ty Gibbs doesn't win next year, he has clearly not deserved a spot on Sundays. And you don't have what it takes. And I like Ty.
3 of the 4 make the final 4. Like, there's a good
and
chance
this is the first time since maybe 2013. This might be a botched stat, but 3 drivers in the same organization have won 3 or more races. So 9 wins at least it gives this year. They have consistently put 2 cars in the final 4 the last 3-4 years. There's no excuse. There's not one that Ty Gibbs hasn't won yet. And I'm sure he's and that's me being a massive fan of him. It's a competitive-based business. If you can't get the job done, dude, if you can't figure it out, you got to go find something else to do.
It's the third season with 3 drivers winning 3 or more races. 2016 and 2019 were the other 2 for Joe Gibbs Racing.
Stuff, yeah.
Yep.
SJ Schoon 7. How do the points work for non-playoff drivers? Do they still accumulate points now? Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. And then also, it still works that way with playoff drivers as well. So if you are out in the round of 16, let's say you're 14th below the cut line, you still have the opportunity to get higher in points, I believe. Is that true? Like, if you have a good rest of the playoffs, you can be like 9th. Because everybody's points go back to the same bracket.
I believe so.
5th to 16.
Yeah, it goes back to like a 36-week bracket, I think.
I believe, but
I don't know.
That might be completely wrong.
Might want to ask somebody else.
Ask Jeeves.
Jeremy Barbary.
Hey, how's married life going, buddy? 2 weeks married. Still happy?
Why did Blaney pick the last pit stall and come out last every time? Well, Hassler would have picked it. He likes picking back there. I would bust his chops about that. And I don't know why. I don't know what the strategy was there. I like I said, I'm not part of that deal anymore, so I don't really know why they did that or what happened. Law Lurkey 7.
Yeah.
Skip, what was it like jumping in Lapsovich's modified at Wilkesboro? It was good. Seat was a little big.
Ground pounder.
But that was fun. Hopefully we can do some more with them.
Is this the championship driver? I don't know what the picture they were referring to, but if it's Chase Briscoe's the guy. I'm riding with him.
I like Chase, man. I hope he does it. If you could shoot any 5 liquids out of your fingers, what would they be?
This is the type of penny for thoughts questions I want.
Water would be one of them.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of uses for...
Sorry, that's corny. Water.
Dr. Pepper.
Maybe the poppy Dr. Pepper.
Ooh. I think maybe just like black coffee.
Black coffee would be one of them.
My pinky would be black coffee. Like
no, you know what my pinky would be? WD-40.
Yeah, WD-40. Tequila. Dr. Pepper. Water.
Yep. There you go.
And we'll leave the last finger TBD.
Mm-hmm.
We'll change that one out. If Penske cars don't make the Final Four, who's the best of Phoenix? Chase Briscoe. How does JGR police all drivers going forward for the championship? You know, they've actually given a peek behind the curtain, it seems like, in some of their competition meetings on social media. Chris Gabehart is the definition of what a competition director should be. I mean, I feel like he allows the teams to go get what's theirs, but he also makes pretty clear what the intention and what the goals are for the overall organization. So I think everybody has a pretty good understanding of if you can't win the championship, you damn sure better not inhibit somebody else of the same team to win. There's a chance that there's 3 JGR cars racing for a championship.
There is. There's a good chance.
A good chance.
That's a great. That leads us to our question of the week. Who below the cut line has the best chance of advancing in Martinsville?
Blaney.
I'd say Blaney because he's won 2 of the last 3, and the other one that he didn't. In the next gen in the fall race at Martinsville, we've had 3 fall races at Martinsville. Since the next gen car, he's finished second, first, and first.
Pretty good.
But that's really good. But law averages also says that something's coming, right? So like, I hope not. I hope it's Blaney, or Joey. But I think all 4 of these guys have the same opportunity to win. It's a softer right side tire. Like the Bristol tire almost, maybe. So
I think it was left side.
Just softer left side? Are you sure it's not softer right side as well?
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either. Anybody know over there?
I don't think that it matters. Now I do know that one of the guys that is the best in the field at Martinsville on old tires is Chase Elliott. He can reshape a corner really well, and it seems like long green runs when cars are slipping sliding around, Chase Elliott finds a way to migrate towards the front. I would love, as well as every single NASCAR fan on the face of the earth, would love to see a bottom of the 9th Grand Slam walk-off win into Phoenix with Chase Elliott. So I'm going to ride with Chase Elliott just because I would like to see it.
So if Chase makes it in, who makes it in? Chris Bell or Kyle Larson? They're 1 point apart.
I think that the 20 team is dangerous any given week, but they have been absolutely terrible in Martinsville.
Well, they won 2 years ago.
But it's like they either are feast or famine. They can go run like a broke some weeks, and they can go be in the way.
Yeah.
Like they were behind me last year in the 51 car, like in the way. So
that's where he did the wall ride, then got in trouble.
So new right side tire that they tested at New Hampshire, designed for more fall off, or new left side, new left side tire that they did design to have more fall off, and they tested it earlier this year at New Hampshire.
So new left side, yeah.
New left sides, yep.
New left side tire. We'll see who.
I think the Final Four is the 19, the 11, the 9, and the 5.
Well, Gibbs Hendrick battle in your Final Four, but we'll dive more into that on Spare Change this week when we break down Martinsville. Penny Stackers this week. DJ Macklin, middle of the race. came up, gave me a penny through the fence.
Hey,
So shout out to him. Kept that penny, and it helped us finish that race.
that's good.
A couple shout outs. Ryan Vargas, dude, and Toro Loco won his first ever,
Pumped up too.
dude, his first ever Monster Jam event.
I've always been curious when they do the stoppie, or what do they call those? Stoppies. Where on the front tire and they're balancing it. That's electric to watch.
It is.
Did you see?
Vargas just keeps finding ways to drive for a living.
Oh, dude,
Anything.
if there's a race in Zimbabwe, bro, he's going to be there.
And they're racing Zambonis in Zimbabwe.
If they're
He would do it.
Zambonis in Zimbabwe, they can be racing, what are those little boats that float with the big spinners on the back? What are those things called?
Fan boat?
Fan boats down in,
Florida.
Florida. He'll be down there racing. Don't matter. Ryan Vargas will drive it. Congrats to him driving El Toro Loco.
Todd
to a
Gillen,
Monster Jam win.
best career finish, P2.
Yep. He was up there messing around, dicing it up for the win. That was cool to see.
Beats or best his dad's best career Cup finish, maybe?
Ties it.
Yep.
Casey Mears, top 20. He's just going, what's he going for 300 stars, something like that?
No,
it's like
something like 600 total NASCAR starts.
Next season,
Is
supposedly.
He's racing a truck this week? I believe. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
The 69 truck.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Yep.
Nice.
And William Swalich released from the hospital. He had a hard hit in the Xfinity race. So
Hate to see it.
thoughts and prayers to him. Glad that he got released and is on the mend. That's it, man.
Anything grind your gears?
No, I'm staying away from that guy that came here in the parking lot yelling at your wife about cutting him off.
Yeah, we'll talk for a different day. But I'll tell you what didn't grind my gears whatsoever was leaving my house Friday morning for the truck race at about 8:45, driving to the airport, get on a plane, running one lap, running the race, being back before the sun went down. That was awesome.
That's been my world the last couple of years.
Dude.
Sundays. Leave at 9 a.m., 10 a.m., at home by 9 p.m.
Doesn't suck.
Not bad. See, look at you getting positive about truck racing. Hey, Dodge, call my man back.
No. Straight to voicemail. At _Stag and Pennies, guys, on Instagram, Tubi, YouTube, SiriusXM Channel 90, wherever you guys listen to us. Appreciate your time each and every week. Tune in, like he said, spare change. We're going to have Rajad talking about his next year plans as well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This was a long show. A lot of great stuff. We'll keep Stag and Pennies for you. 2 more weeks, guys. Martinsville, going to the paperclip. And then all boils down to Phoenix. Have a great day. Quarter of the Joy here alongside Ryan Flores. Goodbye.